Welcome back to Riverbend Springs for another co-op episode. It's episode 19 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got help again. MrsSealyp's with us.
Hurrah! I'm back. I've been allowed to come back and help as long as I don't touch anything.
Yeah. Well, no, we've got some stuff to do today. We kind of never really got onto it fully when we did our stuff before. When I was teaching MrsSealyp to play the game on 22, and that was prepping a field, getting ready for. And I've been saying the last few episodes, we're going to get a field, for the little intro bit you've just seen. I did a load more login contracts, so we're up to 167,000, which is pretty cool. You can see we're into March. More contracts have become available. You'll see now we've got loads. We've got hoeing, we've got mowing, we've got ploughing, sowing, stone picking, weeding. There's all sorts of stuff. So I've taken on 3. But what we are going to do, like I say, is actually, I haven't checked. And we need to look and see what's happening in the old used vehicular market today. Oh, that's not bad. Disc harrow. What horsepower requirement is that? 615 horsepower. Nope. Can't afford that. Oh, got a big old mother bin, but that's, again, nope, no good. Slurry spreader, though, for 30 grand. I was going to say about doing some of that, but I have got another plan in store. So, yeah, no vehicles. I was hoping there might be a tractor or something like that. But unfortunately, 'tis not to be. But that's all right. What we are going to do then, I'm just trying to think what options we need to. If you press your options button,
Yes.
and if you go up to the top, so L1 up to the top, and it should give you the map on the right-hand side.
It has done, yes.
Right, well, where we are on the farm, and with this, you should see yourself there flashing on the farm.
Yep.
If you go sort of northeast, up past field, is it 8?
Yep.
Field 8, I think it is.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then,
field 11.
And then there's field. Oh no, that's for a mowing contract. We're not doing that.
Oh,
just
okay.
below that, below field 11, there's field 10. That's the field we're going to buy. But if you hover over that 10 and press R3, is it giving you the option to purchase the land?
I will give it a go. The right mushroom, yep.
Yep.
Yep, farmland, size, value 100. Oh, no, it doesn't say buy, it just says visit.
Oh, okay. Okay, so maybe I've got to do it then because it's on my farm, maybe. I thought you had all the permissions. Doesn't matter, maybe it doesn't give permissions. So 4.13 acres, 100,368. So we're going to buy that plot of land. So we have a new plot. Now what we need to do on that menu, if you go, why am I not? There we go. If you go across at the top to where on the one that says growth, where it said everything changed colour.
Yeah, growth, yeah.
Right, so that should be showing blue, is it for you? Is it like a bright blue?
It is.
That's
It's
saying
bright
cultivated.
blue,
Right. Go across one more to soil composition.
Yep.
Right, so this is the one that's important that we need to know about at the moment. So that red is saying it needs ploughing. If you go down on your D-pad onto where it says needs ploughing and press X, so what you can do is you can turn on or off any of these if you want to. So if you go down to needs ploughing and then press X,
yep.
is it showing blue?
It's now dark blue. Yes,
right.
It's fertilized.
So that means it's got one fertilizing state on it as well, but it's going to need ploughing. I don't think this one needs lime, but all of these things, weeding, fertilizing, ploughing, lime, rolling, mulching, are all things that need to be done to give you the yield bonus. And if you do
Okay.
all of them, you can get up to a maximum 100% yield bonus. Now, to avoid weeds altogether, because I can't stand weeds, I hate dealing with them entirely, I plough. Every single field I plough. If you plough the
Okay.
field, you won't get any weeds come up, because you can lose 20% of your yield if you get weeds and you don't get rid of them.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we'll come back out of there. We're going to head over to the store. Actually, what we need to do is probably grab the tractor. We've got a couple of tractors, haven't we? If you grab, I'm trying to think, what do you want to do first? I suppose plough first. Do you want to go and get in the little Massey Ferguson over there? Over there? Tucked away
Oh
in the
yeah.
shed? Yeah, if you jump in the Massey, I'll grab the other tractor. We're going to head over to the store. I'm going to get rid of the subsoiler and I'm going to buy a plough. Because that's what I've been aiming for. Now, when that playground equipment I've been making, I haven't shown you that, have I? I bought a little up at where the lumberjack lives. They make playground equipment, so I purchased that property, and I've been delivering wooden stuff there. That's bizarre. I've just looked at the corner of this field, and I don't remember that happening when I planted these fields. But one of the corners of my field has got a crop from the other field. I don't know how that's happened. That's very weird. But anyway.
Where are you?
I'm heading
okay.
to you now. So we'll head over to the store. I'm going to get rid of this. Going to buy a plough. We're going to look at the various different things we need to do on that field, and we're going to seed it as well. Well, what we're going to do, we're going to put grass in it. I've got 3 fields that have got crops in at the moment, but what I've found and what I'm finding is the new system on FS25. Like I was mentioning, I talked to you before about this, before you started joining me on the co-op, was that the way the system's done now for contracts, you don't have the same baling contracts that you used to. So it's not mowing, tedding, baling, sell the bales. They're all separate contracts now. So the way I used to go about collecting my resources for doing cows and stuff like that isn't the same anymore. So I think moving forward on any Let's Play I do, having a grass field is really important. So what we're going to do, when we come to this T-junction, the field directly opposite us, that's the field we've just purchased. So what we're also going to do to maximise the yield of grass off this field, I'm going to plough the field, but I'll show you as well. You can create your own fields. Did we do this before? I can't remember if we did or not. So you can extend a field boundary. So if you've got a field like this, you can make the field bigger by extending it. So rather than having the grass growing in the field and then on the outside you've got this kind of grass verge, we'll make the field bigger, so more of it will be grass that can be fertilised, which means you should technically get more yield from it. That's the plan. Oh, hang on a second. Okay, so yeah, so we'll extend the field a little bit. We'll also look at the different fertilising options. Generally speaking, any inputs on your field, and this goes for real life farming, all your inputs into a field are done all prior to, and then you're seeding, and then obviously then your field grows. You don't make any money back until you sell your crops. That's how it works. You want to keep your inputs as low as possible. So if you can get seed, fertilizer, whatever it is, as cheaply as possible, then you can maximize your profit out the other end. And if you can maximize your yield as well, then everything is, you're getting the maximum you can. Am I making sense? That's the,
No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is get a few bits and bobs, and we'll look at the different menus of things we need to. I'm just going to sell this. I'm not going to make hardly anything on this, but I don't want it anymore. And I've been saving up to get the plough I want, and the plough I'm going to get is it's a nefarious plough.
A nefarious plough.
It's a nefarious plough. If I repair, and I'm going to repaint as well, and then we'll sell it. Oh, okay, 8,071. That's a chunk towards the new one. Yeah, so what we're going to need to do is we're going to plough the field, and then you can cultivate again afterwards, but you can seed into a field. Now, seeders, we didn't really talk about seeds and stuff before. This can get quite complicated. Some seeders will only work if the field has been ploughed or cultivated or prepped. Some seeders are what they call a direct drill, which means once the field has been harvested from the previous harvest, you don't actually need to do anything to it. It's what they call zero till. So rather than doing any tillage, so you don't do any cultivator or anything like that, you can then seed directly into the field, into the stubble from the previous crop.
Right, okay.
If you want to, but direct drills are more expensive. We might have a direct drill, but I plough the fields because I don't want weeds coming up. That's the only reason I plough all of mine. But in the modern world, in keeping, again, inputs down, not reducing soil erosion, because every time you plough, cultivate, if you're damaging the topsoil, if it gets washed away and all that kind of stuff. So zero till is supposed to be a way of preserving all the nutrients, and all the stubble and stuff from the crop before dies off, dies down and goes into the ground. That's the theory behind it, but that's a whole different animal. We haven't got to worry about that at the moment.
Okie dokie.
So what we are going to do though is we're going to be ready to fertilize. We're going to be ready to fertilize, but one of the other bonuses we can get is liming. Sometimes you need to, because you have to adjust the pH level in the ground to make sure it's perfect for the crops. Liming will give you a 15% yield bonus, and that will last for 3 harvests. Each harvest,
even though we're only growing grass.
Yeah, each harvest that can reduce by 5%. Oh no, we won't need to worry about it. When it's grass in the ground, that's fine. But if you're doing normal crops, each harvest it will reduce. I mean, you probably could still get away with liming. I don't tend to very much with grass, but you probably should.
Do I need to get out?
Not necessarily. And then the last thing we'll do once we've done the seeding is rolling. And once you've seeded the ground, you roll over it, and in game that will give you, I think it's a 2.5% bonus. But the fertilising, each fertilising state is 22.5%, giving you 45% yield bonus for both fertilising states. So there are 2. If you're running precision farming, which isn't on FS25 yet, but it was on 22, there were 3 fertilising states. It changed things up. Not 3. What am I talking about? I think you could do it in one pass. Oh, I'm confusing the issue. Let's start with getting some equipment. If you hit your main paddle, and you should have vehicles, brands, vehicles, packs. You should have vehicles, packs, used vehicles, that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Right, if you go onto the vehicles one, then use the D-pad to go across one, and you can go down all of these. So this is basically the main menu. This is the store menu. So if anything you want to buy, lease, anything like that, this is the menu. So anything we're going to need, we're going to get from here. First thing we're going to do is go on to plows, because I'm going to buy a Lizard MT, a 6-meter subsoiler. I'm going to change the main colour. Am I going to change the main colour?
Does that come under soil cultivation? Is that where ploughs are?
Where are we? Yes, soil cultivation. So you've got ploughs, cultivators, and this is what I was talking about. So ploughing, that gives you a much deeper sort of cut into the ground, but you won't get any weeds come up. You've then got cultivators and disc harrows. Power harrows, they all do the same thing, just in different ways. Some are dragged with tines or spikes. Some have got rollers. The power harrow runs off of the PTO on the back of the tractor, so that's actually driven by the tractor. You've got subsoilers. They all do various different things in real life. It's about how much it cuts into the ground. Subsoilers will cut much deeper to allow water in. It breaks up soil compaction and all sorts of stuff. But as far as the game goes, any one of these can be done. And then you can seed straight in if you don't have a direct drill. So it doesn't really matter which one you go for. Depending on which one you go for, though, will depend on whether it brings stones up or not. Stones can damage your vehicles and machinery. Rollers can roll small stones back in. It gets very complicated, but I'm going to go straight up. I'm ploughing. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab myself a plough. I'm going to go for the 6. I think I've got enough horsepower. I'm going to change the colour of it. I might change the colour of it. Why not? Let's do that and that. Oh, that looks gold. It's gold! And then we'll do that. I'm just changing the colour options on this so the tines look metallic. And then we're going to get that for 17 grand. So I've been sort of saving up to get this. So the next thing on the list, if you carry on scrolling down, we've got a seeder, so we're good for that. We should be good for putting the grass around. Next one down is yield improvements.
Yep.
Right, so this is your fertilizing and all our different options for fertilizing. You got sprayers, and that will put down a chemical liquid fertilizer. Now,
Okay.
if some people, and obviously again in the modern world we're in, chemical fertilizers bad. People don't like using them, and there are different things now that reduce the amount you're putting on the ground. The next one along is manure spreaders. So that's basically animal muck. That's just from
Yep.
your animals. So you can do muck spreading if you've got animals, or you can go and buy manure. Next up, you've got fertilizer spreaders. That's also a chemical fertilizer, but that's more granular. So rather than being a liquid, it's a granular sort of, not
Okay.
powdery, almost like salt, really. Slurry tankers, that's the liquid form of manure. So all the wet stuff, when cows and stuff are weeing and doing all that stuff, it goes into a big slurry tank. Same thing, spreads across the ground, but that's, again, more of a liquidy spray, but that comes from animals as well, so is considered to
Okay.
be fairly okay. And then we go down, we've got weeders and rollers and stuff like that. So again, it depends what option you want to go for. Manure and slurry runs out very quickly, so you have to keep replenishing your vehicles, filling them up.
Okay.
We don't have anything that's producing those, but we can go and buy it from the animal dealer if we want to. We have got some concentrate we can buy for doing spray, which will keep our input really, really low, apart from leasing the
Okay.
piece of equipment. So we could do that.
So we'd need to lease a sprayer then.
We'd need to lease a spray because we don't own any of these yet.
Okay.
So this will come down to you now. Do you want to have a go at muck spreading, of slurry spreading? Do you want to have a go at like spreading chemical fertilizer, or you don't have a preference at all? Never
I
even
don't
given it a
have a
thought.
preference, but I mean, if you're going to put chemicals on a field, does it judge you for doing that?
It doesn't in the base game. With precision farming, it did, because
Right.
you had an environmental score, and your environmental score went up if you were doing better things for the environment. Now, I'm erring on the side of potentially muck spreading because I just like doing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
We haven't got a lot of money, and also it's horsepower requirement. I think for the small tractor you've got, we'll go with the small one. We might have to refill a few times. The
Okay.
spreader system, we've got a 12, no, we've got an 8 meter or a 12 meter spread width. We'll go with the 12 because we'll get through it a bit quicker. Let's lease that. How much is that? 1,861 to lease that. So with equipment and machinery, you can go in and you can pick all different options on the equipment and machinery.
Okay.
You don't have to buy stuff. You can lease it. So you basically lease it for a reduced amount, and then when you're done with it, you return it.
Okay.
Because obviously it can get expensive. So we've got a muck spreader. We're going to need a roller for rolling after and the seeding. I have installed a Dalbo Hydroflex. That's a real cheap option, actually. It's a 5.2 meter for only 3,100. I mean, we could buy one of those, but in all honesty, to lease it, what's that? $158 to lease.
Okay.
Yes, we'll have a roller. And then what was the last thing I said? Oh, we've got a seed already. Are we going to need some more seed?
I was just going to say, should we buy some seed? What are we sowing?
I can't remember if I've got some. I might have some in storage. We might have some in the cedar, actually. We're putting grass in the ground. Oh, that was the thing I was going to show you. So we'll come out of there. So what you should see in front of you now, where have you gone?
I'm still in my
Oh,
tractor.
you see the tractor. Yeah, so we should have now a plough, we should have a muck spreader, we should have a roller. Oh, that's sitting behind this piece of equipment that
Hold
we've
on. You left
borrowed.
your engine running.
No. I'm just thinking, actually, this borrowed equipment for doing contracts, I wonder if we could get away with using their tractor. I think we probably could, you know. Just thinking, for doing the ploughing, having a bit more horsepower might be a bit bad. It's probably a bit dodgy, isn't it?
What, that tractor that's just sat there?
No, the one I'm now. Just thinking, for doing the ploughing, that might not be a bad idea. So I'll plough, and then what we'll do, because it's got one fertilising starting already, but generally what happens is, to be able to put a second fertilising state down, you need to change the ground state. So you can't just do, unless you're doing manure or slurry, that will allow you to do a double application sometimes. But as far as what we're doing now, ploughing, we'll plough, then we should be able to put more down. I'm just thinking, Mandy, you might want to use the green tractor, the AgroStar, and we'll have to go and get some manure.
Okay, hold on.
I was just going to talk to you about something. What was I going to say? I suddenly had a brainwave and thought, oh, I need to explain something. Oh yeah, that was it. So the other thing to do now, if you press your options button,
Yep.
and are you still on your soil composition screen?
No, but I will go back to it.
You don't have to. No, it's fine. If you
Yep.
do R1, it should bring you down to the screen that says crop calendar.
Yep.
Right. This is really important. So as far as what we're doing now, the crop calendar, when you're running seasons, is when you can plant and harvest crops, and you can only plant
Okay.
and harvest at certain times of the year. So, and this is all
That's
done. I think it's
useful.
alphabetical. So as it stands now, we've come out of the winter months. So in December, January, February, we can't plant grass. We're into March.
Okay.
You see that dotted line that's running down in March?
Sure. That's
That
where we are
shows
now.
us where we are now. So if you go
So we
down and
can
where it says
plant
grass,
and
we can put
harvest.
grass in the ground. We could put cotton in the ground now as well. We could do oat. There's a few different things we could plant now, but we're going to put grass in the ground. And then the red
Okay.
lines are when you can harvest those crops. So this calendar is really important when you're running seasons. It's vital. If you aren't running seasons, if you decide to turn seasons off, you'll have a green line and a red line that runs right across the entire screen, because it doesn't matter when you plant and harvest. It
Okay.
will still take a certain amount of time for those crops to grow. If you look, for example, with the carrots,
Yep.
your planting window and the harvest window, each crop will take a certain amount of months to grow. So whether you're running seasons or not running seasons, it will still take, for example, 5 months to grow whatever crop it is, or 4 months or 6 months or whatever it might be. But it just means you can plant and harvest them anytime rather than being
Okay.
beholden to the crop calendar. So the crop calendar is important. If you jump in the green Agro Star and you hook up to the muck spreader, I'm hoping we're going to get all this done in this episode. I wanted to get the seeding and the rolling done. With two of us doing it, we should be all right. So if you follow behind me while, mind you, you're going to be spreading out to...
Where am I going?
The muck spreader just to your right, just here where I'm standing. You need to hook up to this.
Okay, hold on. It goes on the back, yep.
Yep. I'm hoping I can get away with using this tractor. Just thinking it's got a bit more oomph for doing the ploughing. You all right?
Yeah, I've changed the view, so I'm looking at the tractor from the front.
Oh, okay.
And it's made me go a bit doolally with whether I turn the wheel one way or the other.
That's made you go doolally. Okay, let's go with that.
That's just cheeky.
Right, when you're hooked up to it, at some point, you're too far over.
Am I?
Yeah. There you go. Back up a little bit. That's it, straighten up. That's it, keep going, keep going. You hooked up?
Yeah.
There you go.
Hold on, I just
now,
need to change my view again, so I'm behind the cab.
Okay, now if you look top left, it should give you options for that. That should be saying unfold, so you can unfold that ready for spreading.
Detach, select camera, activate. It says I need to fill the tool first.
Oh, it doesn't give you... I'm sure it will unfold. Yeah, so if you follow me, I'll show you where you can fill this up. If we go to the animal dealer, let's just go this way. If we go to the animal dealer and we go to the muck pile, because the animal dealer, obviously, because they've got loads of animals there, they're producing slurry and manure all the time, so we can go and buy it from there. It shouldn't be too expensive to buy. Like I say, there are cheaper alternatives. We could have gone, like I say, there's a liquid fertiliser and a herbicide concentrate you can buy, and I've got a little hose at the farm, and you put the concentrate in, then you fill up with water. That concentrate then dilutes, and you've got way more than you started off with, and it's a very, very cheap way of getting liquid fertiliser. But again, let's say I think you wanted to go a bit more organic, so
Yeah, I mean, if you have your own animals, I assume you don't need to go to the dealer and...
no, but your animals only produce a certain amount. So the bigger the fields you've got, the more slurry or the more manure you're going to need. You have to build up a bit of a reserve. Where are you going? Oh no, we've got a wobble on again, hun. You've gone a bit wobbly.
Don't point it out to everyone.
Well, you told me before. I'm getting much better now, and I said, okay.
I am! I have
okay.
one wobble and you tell the world.
Okay, sorry.
It makes it feel quite shady, you know. We're going to the animal dealer. He's dealing animals. It's a bit shady.
Go to my dealer.
Go my dealer.
Come on, we're not going to get any of this done in this episode.
Hey, I'm being careful.
Okay.
I don't want a trail of destruction. Where have you gone? Right round the back?
Yeah, round the
Past
back.
the horse, yeah?
Yep. So, this bunker to your right-hand side now, that's the manure bunker. When you pull up alongside that, it should give the option to refill. You might show top left on your help window. It might say refill.
Detach, start filling, yes.
There you go. L3.
I can't... L3.
Press down left mushroom, is it?
And it says manure. That's what we want, yes?
Yes. Wow, it's more expensive than I thought.
Right.
Okay, that was more expensive than I thought it was going to be. Right, so we're going to head out to the field. I'm going to start ploughing, and then you will follow along. I might get a couple of strips done first, and then you will spread manure where I have done the ploughing. And that should give us our second fertilising state. So all we'll have to do then, once we seed, we won't have to do any more fertilising. That's both fertilising states. I'll also show you the field info screen when we get to the field. We can have a look at the field as well.
Quick question. Am I just going past where you collect the slurry? Is that the...
Oh, yeah,
just
follow me out. Yeah. Keep
no,
going.
I was just asking if that's where slurry is.
Oh, yeah, if we had a slurry spreader.
Yeah,
if we had a slurry spreader, you'd take it there instead. So we'll go up over...
Recognise... Looks like Tom Pemberton's.
Oh, okay, yeah. Right, let's get to this field and get this done. With two of us doing it, it should be a little bit quicker to get cracking. Like I say, I'm hoping, even if we just get some of the seeding done and a bit of rolling over the top of it, if I get to use my new plough.
Here I come. Woohoo!
Now this will be the same as we did before. If you want to, you can turn on the helper, the GPS, if you want to. But what I'm going to do, I'll show you what I meant about extending the field. Everyone saw that. Everyone saw that. I know.
I was just getting.
I literally just turned round.
A bit carried away.
I turned round just as you did it.
It's all right. I'll own it. Start it out.
Right, so if I drop my plough now...
So I go round behind you?
Yeah, not yet. I'll do a couple of strips first. But I think we've bought leased that one. That spreads out to 12 metres, and the plough's only 6. So, but what we're going to do is have a look at our info screen. Farmland. Yeah. So if you jump out of the tractor a second.
Can I leave it running?
Yeah, it's fine. It'll be fine for a minute. Right, if you look down to the ground, bottom right, you should have an info box.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, and what's it say? It says farmland. Tells you the farmland, who's it owned by, fertilised 50%, so we've got one fertilising state, and then in green it says needs ploughing.
Needs ploughing.
So what if you're not sure and you don't go into the menus, anything that needs doing on this field, it will tell you in green what needs to be done. So it might say
box.
Needs ploughing, needs liming, needs, it might say whatever. Hang on a second.
Okay.
Now, if you look where my plough's in the ground, if you look behind the plough, you see on the field there's a ploughed state. You can see that like ridged look, and there's a few stones there. And then the right hand side of the plough is still the grass.
Yep.
That's because I haven't allowed it to create fields yet. So if I just plough now, it will just plough the field. But if I want to create my own field, you have to change the setting to allow it to do that. So what I'm going to do, jump in. That's L1 and triangle. What's happened now is, as I drive forward, you'll notice it now ploughs both bits. So I'm extending the field. So our field is getting bigger, although there are some rocks there. That's all right.
I was going to say, do we care about all of those stones?
The stones are in the ground now. We'll roll some of those back in. So all I'm doing is maximising the amount of space we've got for our grass. Because I could just leave it as the field as it is, but I just think as far as fertilised ground goes, the problem with this is we might need to actually fertilise the edge a little bit more, but it doesn't matter. That'll be for the next time round. The great thing with grass as well, grass you can use as a cover crop. So you can plant grass and then you can cultivate it back in and it will give you a fertilising state. And the great thing with grass as well is once it's grown, when you cut it, it only takes it back one fertilising state. So the beauty of that being that you don't have to keep putting loads of fertiliser down with grass. Now, bearing in mind, this is a tractor for another contract, and it's allowing me to plough this, no problem at all, and it is making light work of it. So I'm extending the field out a little bit. I'll do another run round. Then what I want you to do is hopefully... See, what should happen as well with the new GPS system, if you extend a field, the new GPS system should adjust to the new field size. That apparently is what we have been told. This is my first time doing it. I'm trying to think if I've extended a field yet. I don't think I have. But I want, like I say, I want as much of this to be grass as possible. So I'll do another run round as well, and then hopefully, if it works the same as it did on 22, because I've changed the ground state, you might need to move out of the way for me, hun, so I can just get around and do another pass. I'm coming up behind you because I need to do another. Yeah, just in the way. Try forward a bit more, bit more, bit more, bit more. Right, so I've joined that up. Right, now I'm going to take that off. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go into my press circle and hold it down, go across to steering assist. There we go. Nice. Right, so is that going to give me, the old one or the new one? Oh no, it has. It's allowed for the new bit already. Right, let's put my green on. Let's go. Right, so I'm going to run around a second time. So what you should be able to do now, if you hold down circle and put your steering assist on.
What's steering assist? L1?
No, if you hold down circle.
Yeah.
And then you should get that option come up for the...
Oh yeah, steering assist.
Steering assist. If you put that on and press X. And then what it should do with the new field, it should give you a line to follow that will allow for the width of your spreader.
So I'm looking for the orange line, yes?
Yep, and hit green. And that should now go over exactly where I've been. And I'll try and keep, if I can keep ahead of you, so you're going to be fertilising the field behind me. And what we'll have to do, if you do a little bit first, and then we'll double check to make absolutely certain that it's actually putting a second fertilising state down, otherwise we're wasting it. You need to keep driving though, otherwise you're going to be wasting fertiliser at the back. Right, if you stop now, stop fertilising a second. Turn it off, otherwise you're going to keep running, it'll run out. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into the menu. I'm going to go to my screen. Let's have a look and see what it's saying. Turn needs ploughing off. Yes. So if you go into those screens that we did before, so if you press your options button.
Yep.
And if you go along to soil composition.
Yep.
Right. So what's it showing at the moment?
It's showing that you've ploughed around the outside.
So what you should have like almost like a light green turquoise band around the outside, then light blue, and then just down behind where you are, it's dark blue.
Yep.
That dark blue is showing you that your second fertilizer state has gone down.
Awesome.
So it's gone darker green. Darker blue,
Darker
blimey.
blue.
Colourblind much? Okay, right, I'm going to carry on ploughing, and if you just follow along behind. Now, what you'll have to do is if you run out of manure, you're going to have to drive back to the animal dealer, top up with manure, come back and go again. And if you just follow the GPS, we'll be absolutely golden.
Let's go.
And I'll carry on doing my bands round until we've got the ploughing done. But be careful, because if you leave it running when you're making those turns, you're going to run out of manure. It's just going to keep pouring out the back. This is our first time doing two jobs at the same time together, which I like. That's cool. Because a couple of times I've watched you doing harvesting or the ploughing, so I like the fact we'd...
Yeah, teamwork makes the dream work. Or some such motivational quote.
Other motivational quotes are available.
They are, yeah.
Oh, this plougher's making light work of this. I'll throw the farmer an extra few quid for letting me borrow his tractor. It's made life a little bit easier, isn't it?
It has.
How are you looking on manure? You still got plenty, or bottom right?
Yeah,
should...
Running out. We'll see if I can get up this side, and then I'll go and get some more.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll whiz back to the farm once I've done the ploughing.
Okay, I'm out.
Okay, so you didn't quite get all the way around. That's all right.
So I need to go and grab some more then.
Yeah, whiz back to the now if we would use liquid fertiliser or chemical fertiliser, it goes much further. That's the only downside to manure and slurry, is you use a lot of it, but if you've got animals and stuff, it's technically free. So it's that thing of building up a stock of it. It's not too expensive to buy, but you do get through a lot. So it's a case of, unless you've got a massive muck spreader or a massive slurry spreader, it's a lot of backwards and forwards to refill. But that's normal. Like when you watch Tom Pemberton and the guys in there out, what they call, like, they do box muck or they're slurry spreading, they're backwards and forwards to the farm because the tankers run out really quickly. That's just real. That's normal.
Did you deliberately buy a field that was near the animal place?
No. It was about 100,000. That's what I wanted to spend. I didn't want it too far away from the farm. There were some other ones that were options that were viable, but I thought, I don't know why I picked this one particularly. I'm very pleased with the fact that it did what it said it would do. That when you expand it, oh, I'm doing it again. I did some testing and I blended two fields together by ploughing between them, and the GPS system adjusted no problem to that. The fact that I've extended the outside of this and the GPS went bang, just all over it. I love the fact it's done that. I like the fact as well that we're running two different pieces of machinery with two different widths on it, and the GPS for you has adjusted for your equipment, mine's adjusted for mine, and it's given us our own GPS lines based upon what we're running. That's brilliant.
It's jolly clever.
All this newfangledness. Well. I've completely lost track of time. I unfortunately, because I'm still doing the coffin thing. I still haven't managed to shake this dastardly thing.
It's weird. You've had it for 2 weeks, and I'm fine.
Yeah. Well, it's not one of the twins.
One of Lemon.
Yeah, Llama. Yeah.
Llama.
Yeah, one of the twins got it. The other one didn't, which is bizarre. Our son, who was with us at Christmas,
hasn't got it.
G didn't get it. Our son that was with us at Christmas didn't get it. Yeah.
He got a cold, bless him, but he didn't get the full-on lurgy.
Yeah, but then our eldest and her boyfriend, Mr. Dalek JD, both got ill. So it's like, I don't understand it.
And it's not even down to, I mean, I thought the difference between you and me was that I had my flu and COVID jab because of my MS and my heart condition. I can't afford to take any chances. But Jessica, one of the twins who got it first, she's had both of those jabs too, and she was really sick. So
well, that was the thing as well.
Down to
that article that said about the fact that the cases of hospital admissions is quadrupled, and a lot of those people have had flu jabs, they've had COVID jabs, they've had all. It's that doesn't seem to be making any difference, does it?
Nope.
Right. So what you do? You need to finish off the bit you were just doing. I'm trying to avoid ploughing over bits you've already done, so you don't end up doing the same bits again.
I've just decoupled the trailer.
So that's by the end of the episode, I want to at least have got the seeding started. If I go and get that roller as well, we can get the seeding done, which means we'll have both fertilising states done, ploughing's done, liming's not needed for whatever reason at the moment, but at some point it will do.
Oh, look at that! I wasn't far off completing.
No, you were almost around the full strip. And because the field will get smaller as you come in, you'll be able to do more of a pass with the next one than the final one. I reckon it might need 3, possibly 4 loads. Let's take this back to the farm, drop off our new plough. I will grab the seeder. I'll check in the barn, because I can't remember whether or not I've got a pallet of seed in there or not. We do have available locally. There's a new seed distribution hub. One of the new byproducts. Oh, we haven't done this. We've still got to come out and get all this the stump grinding done. All those trees are cut down. I keep saying, oh, next time on MrSealyp, we'll do some stump grinding. And then we found a whole load of other stuff to do. Actually, I think that cedar might need a bit of a whoosh, actually. Might need a bit of repair as well. I'm not sure. This plough... Oh, no, that's not good. This plough I purchased... why is it dropping into the ground? Do I need to unfold it before it all... Oh, yeah, I think I do. Oh, yeah.
I'd just like to say I'm muck spreading here without the lines.
Without?
Yep.
Why?
Because
Why
I can.
Oh, okay. Alright, sorry. Yeah, those buy anything silos that we used to have on 22, there are some of those available, and there's one in town. Oh, I've got 1,270 litres. Oh, some grass already. It's almost like I'd prepared this. I don't remember doing that, but maybe I did. Yeah, so I think our seeder we got is a direct drill. So we could have just seeded straight in. But like I say, I don't want to be mucking around with weeds. I just can't. Actually, know what? There's no point me jet washing it now, because we're about to put it on the ground and do some seeding, aren't we? So what? That seems a bit daft, really. Yeah, so I just think moving forward on any Let's Play I do now, having a grass field is almost a must, really. It depends how people feel about, because when I've got a mowing contract to do, how people feel about using the lizard forage pickup and about picking up grass or hay or even straw from the various different baling and mowing contracts. If you're opposed to doing that, if you don't think that's right and you don't think you should be doing it, you're going to need a grass field, because you're going to either need it for grass for doing silage, or you're going to need to ted it for doing hay. Either way, you're going to need to do something. So, right, we're on grass already. I might as well then get crook-a-looking. Is there any bits you've missed?
Yes, loads.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll... well, actually, to be fair, I've got to be careful here, because if I seed now,
I'm not done yet. Yeah, I'm going back for more poo.
Okay, then. Thanks for that. Right, what I'll do, I'll leave the seeder here. If anyone's got any poo...
Now's the time to fling it.
Right. I'm going to go and get that roller. That way we've got both bits of equipment we need. And then once you've done muck spreading, the muck spreader can go back, and then either I'll seed and you roll, or you roll,
okay.
Whichever way you seed, I roll, it doesn't matter. You've gone back for more, have you?
Yeah.
Nice. Right, I'm back with the roller. You're just filling in the gaps now, are you? Yep. You've got to make sure, if you're going over a bit you've done before, you might need to turn it off, because you're wasting manure. I mean, at the end of the day, as long as most of it's done, that's the most important thing, I think. You go down. Get on there. How you getting on?
Not bad, not bad, not bad. Oops.
Excellent stuff. Okay, right, I'm going to start with the sewing. Is my thing turned off again? Oh yeah. Steering assist. Oh, I don't suppose I technically need it, but...
Oops.
I didn't even see what you did. Didn't even see what you did.
I just
You
keep hitting the
detached
X
again.
button and detached it. Right, do I need to do those last couple of bits? Because I've run out.
Yes.
So I should go back and get some more, yeah?
Yeah. So you know when I was saying to you earlier about you've got to turn it off when you're going over bits you've done before and you completely ignored me, that's
Yeah.
why. Because it's pouring out the back. You won't put down 2 applications, it will just... yeah, you need to do those 2 little bits, I would say.
I'm on my way.
Excellentage. We've been a lot more serious today, haven't we? We've been getting stuff done. I mean, there's been a couple of little, minor catastrophes.
You have to leave the bit in about poo. You have to leave that bit in.
Why do you keep saying that? Stop saying that out loud.
That's what we're doing. We're poo spreading.
You are. This is turned on, isn't it? Yeah. So it doesn't seem to be using very much, which is great, because we already had some in here. Again, I don't remember putting seed in it. Maybe that was left over from one of my contracts from before. Oh, farm dog's off. I think the plough actually only brings up smaller stones. I thought the ploughs brought up big stones before. It might only be the spaders, I think, now that do proper big stones. So hopefully...
What's a spader?
A spader it goes much deeper, and it's almost like, like a rotavator you could get for garden.
Yeah.
So like a rotavator. Power harrows are a bit like that as well, but I think a spader goes much deeper.
Do you own a spader?
And it turns up much. It turns over far more. So it kind of works like a subsoiler. It goes very deep, but it turns a lot of it over like a plough does. But obviously that's always difficult because you've got mouldboard ploughs, you've got chisel ploughs, there's all different sorts. So it just comes down to... actually, I'm going to stop there a second to check the old mappage again. We'll turn Lime off so I can see.
If you bought a spader, you'd have to call it James.
I knew you were going to say that. And as soon as you said, have you got one, I was waiting for the James Spader job.
One of my favourite actor ever is James Spader.
Really?
I love him.
Are you back yet?
No, I'm just on my way.
Where's that? There's a couple of bits down this bottom end you need to get as well. I'm just trying to... Sure. Yeah, so any of the bits, not the bits that I've seeded, but the bits that are ploughed, but they're still dark. So make sure I get that done. Right up to the edge, there we go. So yeah, make sure you get lined up right on where you need to be first. Then as you drive forward, turn it on without detaching it. Day 17. Muck spreading is nearly done.
You stand there, I'm going to come and spray you for being so rude about my muck spreading.
It's like that day we sat on the bench, that was hilarious. Right, turn it off now when you come to the end. Turn it off.
Hold on, I'm not done this bit yet.
Okay. And do that bit right down the bottom as well. This bit over here. Yep, this bit here, perfect. And if you then go up and do the top bit, right up there. This bit's been done, this is why I've... I think you still missed that bit, didn't you? Yeah.
I did, yeah. And all down that side by the looks as well.
No, that's where I've seeded.
Oh, okay.
You need to do up this top end. let's just say yes and go with it. Put that on. I just looked at, oh, here's a great idea, MrSealyp. When you start driving forward, seeding, turn the seeder on. Try that. See how that goes. There we go. Now we turn it on. There we go. Oh, now we're seeding. There we go.
It works much better if you turn it on.
What a buff on. Yes. We're nearly there. Nearly there. I think there still might be that. It's still showing there's a couple of bits that need ploughing. I find that hard to believe. I'm sure I covered all of it. You're right, have a nice time. You've got this little bit over here where I am. The stuff that I was explaining earlier on about the various different things we need to do, and did it make sense? I wasn't like glossing over it too quickly or anything, was I?
No, totally understand. I think you've probably told me about it before. It all sounded quite familiar.
Oh, okay, maybe I have then. I can't remember what I'd shown you and told you. And... Right, so if you're done with that...
It's always worth telling me again. I'm not. Hang on.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing this bit here you told me to do.
Because we're going to run out of time soon. So the last thing we want to do is at least get the rolling done. Then we can finish off seeding and rolling off. I think so. Unless there's a bit further down, trying to look on the map. It looks like it is. Let me just turn that off. Yeah, there's a bit right down the bottom. Oh, I suppose it's down the far end, where it almost comes to a point. You've missed a bit up there. Right down the far end, you'll see it. There's a patch. I don't think I haven't seeded over that, but yeah, I left a gap at that end. If you follow that right the way down, right to almost like the point, and you'll see there's an area.
Right, I'm out of manure now.
Okay, right, so what I want you to do now then, if you put the manure spreader to one side, detach from it, you might need to fold it back up again. And then go and grab the roller.
Woo!
School bus! That wasn't fun bus, that was school bus.
But it was nearly a fun bus situation with the school bus.
That was terrifying.
Where have you put the... Is that up here?
The roller should be up there, yeah, in that little triangle up the top there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to roll over what I've seeded. And that should give us our final... Like I'm sure that's a 2.5. I don't know if that used to be a 2% or whether it was a 5%, but it's a 2.5 now. We didn't have to mulch the fields. If you've harvested before, you can get a bonus for mulching. The mulching, I think, is 2.5%, but that only works on fields that have got a mulchable stubble. You all right?
Yep.
So we need to unfold it. And that same thing, that should give you your line. You might need to reset your GPS. You might have to go back in again. I did when I changed implement. I probably should have done the inside first, because otherwise I'm driving over seedy crop. But you're going to roll over it anyway, so that's all right. But anywho, there we go. That was a kind of a blitz through things required for prepping a field. Field Prep 101. And again, this is by no means everything. There is so much more to it. There are so many other ways of fertilising. There are so many different ways to prep your field with cultivators and that kind of thing. Like I say, the reason I go ploughing is because I don't like fiddling around with weeds. So it just comes down to whatever preference you've got. I suppose as we do more and more, you'll get to grips with more bits of equipment and machinery. But this, in essence, is what you need. You need your fertilising states. Sometimes you need lime. It needs to be ploughed or cultivated. Once it's seeded, which is what I'm doing, then it needs rolling. And it's up to you. Do you want to carry on seeding and I do the rolling, or do you want to?
No, I'm quite happy with the roller.
Yeah, sure. And you got your GPS working right on it?
I think I've just come off the last line, so.
And there we go. So moving on from here then, we're going to keep chugging away with our playground equipment build. I'm actually thinking I might need to do another planks long. I kept saying the last episode I delivered 2 and I took 1 more. I think I'd only done 1 maybe, but we'll keep an eye on that. That should pay out 90 grand when it's done. If it does, that's awesome. So we should get some more money coming back in. As you've already seen, I've got some more contracts as we're now come out of the winter. More contracts will become available. I haven't done hoeing yet, so as different things come up, we'll grab different contracts so we can have a look at different pieces of equipment and machinery as we move forward, and we will keep on building on the farm. This will be our grass field once it's done. MrSealyp is going to keep rolling.
Rolling.
Oh, okay. I was going more Limp Biscuit.
Are you? Oh, okay.
Oh, no, I've missed it. There we go.
See, I went Blues Brothers. If there's a choice, always go Blues Brothers.
Well, Rawhide.
Yeah. Because we're putting the band back together.
We will be at Lama.
We will be putting the band back together at Lama. Cannot wait.
Cool. It's going to be awesome. Anywho, I think that's it. I think we've like I say, we're just going to finish this off now. I'm sowing. MrSealyp's rolling. I'm going to just double check. Actually, I should have gone around the outside again, shouldn't I? Because you're going to roll over stuff I haven't seeded yet. I'll come back down and do this row again. Actually, a good way to check as well. If we come back to here. Oh, you didn't follow the line. You didn't use the GPS across the top, did you?
No.
No. I can tell because you've missed a load. Deary me, MrSealyp. Where are you going? You're on the wrong line. You're on the wrong line. You need to go around the outside. Anyway, on that, we are going to end. We hope you've enjoyed it. Another foray into the madness that is MrSealyp. If you have enjoyed it, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you choose to do.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.